Welcome to Enshrouded and my lovely salon in the new village that needs some beautifying. Gonna make this thing epic looking, of course. So, I have the base structure built. It's bigger than the other buildings in the village so far, but there's a reason for that. Let me grab a little bit of daylight real quick. And I'll go through and look at it. You can see it kind of extends over the back a little bit, but you know how the hairdresser is. Always asking for his tea and being all fancy. So he didn't want to stay to his plot. He stayed in the plot on the ground level, but he extended out every level we went up. And so he got fined. Just saying, he got fined, but he didn't care. It was worth it. So if we go on the first floor, it's built out. I haven't done any decorating yet. It's very fancy because he's a fancy pants. On this first floor, this is going to be, I think, kind of the like lobby entry area. Thinking we'll do a check-in, check-out counter here. And a little waiting area, and like maybe a place to do nails if there's room. It's a bit of a challenge for me to do small builds, although this one obviously grew bigger. But good morning. Your style is my craft. You gonna watch me making sure I'm doing all right? Here on the second floor, this is where the magic happens, right? This is going to be the main floor of the salon, and I'm going to put in, I'm thinking probably hair washing stations on this wall, hair cutting over here. I'm debating maybe putting up some little panels here as a changing area. Because this door right here is going to lead into a sauna. I have me a temporary bed in here right now. This is going to be a sauna. So that's the main work area. I love how the ceiling turned out. I wanted it to be nice and bright in here. There's not a lot of windows and stuff. So we gave him lots of lighting. And then up here is his living quarters. Hello, darling. And he extended out again to get a little bit more living space. I used thatch roofing to create carpet in here. And opened it up to make it feel a little bit more breezy up there on the top. And here is his bathroom. Kind of did the same, extended out to the side. This is going to be his bedroom. We don't have anything done in here yet either, just a bed sitting there for him. A little bit of view out the back. I was tempted to make that window bigger so it'd feel more open in here, but I don't know. I feel like he needs a wardrobe, and there's not a whole lot of space in his actual bedroom. And then he even extended out the back some and gave himself a little patio. So he has a view out into nature and over towards where the courtyard is going to be with the stage for the band and everything. So he paid his fine happily to extend the upper part of his building. And I haven't entirely figured out how I'm going to furnish his living quarters yet either. I don't think I'm going to do like a big kitchen in here because I think he would, he like orders more from the cafe over there and stuff. I don't know. We'll see. First things first. We're going to begin at the beginning, which is this first floor. So, I'm thinking and this is going to be like a little storage closet. I'm thinking for the check-in counter, we could do the standard check-in counter thing, but we only have one build piece that looks like that, and it's kind of rough looking. So for his style, I think we need something a little bit more polished. All these torches are up just for building too. Those aren't going to stay. Actually, you know what I think I might do first? I think first, just because I'm a very visual person when I'm planning things out and getting ideas and building and stuff, I think I'm going to pop by the Shroud Depot and just look at things for a minute. Look at the furniture styles. Thinking about it, we have a lot of red in there with the marble, some turquoise, gold. Let's just glance, that's the word. Glance at the furniture real quick. Think about what we could use or how we could use it. Like these. If I use panels, either those, we don't have to add a huge amount of color, like that's normally a really big thing. How do we add more color? But that room has a lot of color already. We could even go with some of the solid wood color panels. And if I sink that down, that can make a very pretty front to his check-in counter. And we have shelves that are made out of that same wood. There's several different styles of these. Sometimes I wish this picture was a little bit bigger to look at the design on there better. I think I like this one. Let me move this out of the way. I may have some of these at home already, but just to save time for content, I'm just going to grab some. Good morning, Mystic. How are you doing, friend? I'm going to use some of the sinks on the second floor, but I'm going to wait on that. So, yeah, I could think that would make a really pretty fancy front for the check-in counter. Just thinking about the first floor right now. If there's room, I think I'd rather do the comfy chairs for the waiting area. Because that definitely seems more the style that he would have. We could do a little table. That one's too little, maybe. This color matches, but it looks kind of beat up. Excuse me. We might make a custom table for where he sits and does nails. I think the red top would be too matchy-matchy with the walls in there. There is that block that kind of looks like it gets sides. It's used on the walls in there too, but not in that way, I don't think. So we coordinate if I set it in a way that it looks like part of the block is the legs of the table. I haven't decided on lighting in that room yet either. I think probably this one. Because that seems like the fanciest one for his fancy salon. How I wish that we could sit these things down without having to put them on those tables. That would be so lovely. I hope someday we're able to do that. Just sit them anywhere. Because there would be so many ways to use them in designing things. Oops, I need to mute my phone. Could probably use some shields as well for some unique deco in there on the wall somehow. It's a possibility. I don't really think any of the weapons are calling to me unless I think of a way to integrate something onto a piece of furniture or something. He's the one that is big on the excuse me, I have a frog in my throat today. The dye thing, sending you to get all the colors and everything, but he certainly would not have that in his salon. Might be able to use some of the presents in his salon as like little gifts that you can buy on the way out or something. I haven't found a huge amount of ways to use these gifts. I mean, I love that they're so colorful. But they're so different from everything else. And they so distinctly look like a present. don't remember which ones of these I've actually made before or not. It's fine. I was thinking maybe the back side. It looks solid, but because it has that ribbon. So I was thinking we might be able to use, I don't think I got that straight. Did not. Try again. I like to line them up as an accent. Either for shelves or a backsplash or walls, like wallpaper. But it so distinctly looks like a present. Hey GLX, I'm good. How are you? Other than the frog in my throat today. I need to mute for a second and cough really hard to get rid of it. I mean, that's a cool design. If they had done these, even just some of them, with only the bow and not the ribbon going around, that would be incredibly useful. To have that pattern that we could just like lay out and integrate to make wallpaper or different things like that. I would love that. Wishful thinking. That's not how it is. They all have the ribbon. Oh, thanks. It's not sore or anything. I just have a frog. I never made all of those either. I mean, when I got them, when they came out, I made some just to make them, you know. I want actual heads like that too. Like, I'm pretty sure the way that they displayed this here is they sunk mannequins down in the ground and then just placed the hats over them. But I want the actual head because you can get the wig mannequins, right? With the wigs on them. But I want just the head and I want to be able to put hats on it. That would be genius. I have all the wig heads ready to go. I have found all of them. Some of them quite a few times. Places I've been to, but we'll probably account for that on the second floor. I don't think we'll have any of that in the lobby. These are big and not something that he would want. I just thought we need to like get one of these and put a party hat on it. Surely I will have a build that I can do that. Hi, best friend. I'm good. How are you? You guys enjoying your day of watching streams? I just noticed that there are mannequins laying on the shelves there. That's hilarious. That's funny. And like some of these hats could be used for other things, like little pillows and stuff. But you have to put them on a full-size mannequin. If it was just a head mannequin, it would be a lot easier to like sink it down into a couch or something and have it look like a pillow there. We don't have enough soft things for decoration, like pillows or blankets or rugs or carpets or towels or just cloth soft. There's like no real curtain. We have that one little banner that people use over and over and over again. A lot of the other banners are either rough looking, like they're all damaged, or they're huge. Nice, that sounds like a relaxing day. Are you following me even in the store to see how I'm progressing with making your shop? So what's happening? I might use some of these windows. Maybe I could use some of those windows to make his custom table. What about the sizing for having a chair sit at it? Big one or the little one? It's definitely too big. That one's possible. Kind of table size. I know this is the wrong kind of chair. I'm just looking at seating level next to it. It's not bad. That would be a pretty sign to the table. Fancy looking. Then what would I make the top of the table out of? I'm thinking of those wall shields over there, but they're way too big. What about like that metal tub up there? Wonder what the bottom of that looks like if I flipped it over and made that the top of the table. That's a possibility. A lot of the other tubs are rough looking, like wash tubs. Could integrate them on the side of a regular table. Let me look at that one as a possibility, because that's similar wood. to this. If I make the entrance with that, I'd be covering up the legs, at least in part. I guess if the top of it is a little beat up, it's not the end of the world because it is used for work stuff. Could turn one of these upside down. Or phase over the bowl. If I phase over the bowl with something, then it kind of looks like there's little stuff that we're using from underneath. Can I pin your comment? Which comment? And why? Why would I pin your comment? See, this one's open underneath. I could put things in there, but that's too beaten up for this style of build. Honestly, the bowl might even be able to be integrated with the table because it could be like the little bowl of water that you soak your fingers in when they're doing your nails. Let's look at those as a possibility. What does the bottom of this look like? Tilt it over. Gives us a nice flat surface. And it's not the right height, I'm just looking at it. Maybe. It's a possibility. We'll play with it. Hi. Let's look outside and see if anything catches my eye that I could use it for something. Is that bin I was thinking of? So if we flip this over, raise that. Well, that's very crooked, isn't it? But we'll get the idea. It is scrappy, so it looks pretty beat up. If we fancify it, on the edges, so it just looks like the top is the part that's in the workspace and maybe got different neo colors on it and such. Whoops. That's not a bad tabletop, actually. It's a possibility. I think it's really neat how the sheen goes across those hooks. Like, there's not a huge amount of things that create motion or action. I don't really know how I would use that in this, but I'm going to keep that in mind as I'm doing things. I wonder if this could be used to look like some kind of like hair dryer or like one of those lamps that they aim at you while your color is setting or something like that. Like it's having some kind of effect on something. I should have looked at integrating some of this in the alchemist workshop now that I think about it. Maybe I'll go back and find a way to include that, because anything that has motion or effect like that makes things seem more alive. Let's take one of these. I'm pretty sure I already have a stack of them at home, but again, saving time. I've been trying to build things up because in my storage at home, not by coming here, but just by doing stuff and getting ready for the update, because I don't ever get anything from a resource world that I haven't already gotten in my actual game. I do like how she did those too. I've been debating finding a way to do something like that. Maybe like a carpet. But it's the same on both sides. Like there's no... It would be cool too if stuff like that, one side had the pattern and the other side was a solid color. So you have the option of a solid color of something. Just the texture, that would be so useful. But they don't seem to do that. At least not yet. There are lots of things to come, I'm sure. You don't have a house over here? Wow. That's very sad. I'll assign you to a bed someday. I guess she wants you to stay here so we can find you. Still, she's gonna have a house. Okay, well, I think that's enough brainstorming to get started. Let's go back to my world. The graphics look great. I like the attention to detail. It really is pretty. It's such a beautiful game. The color palettes and everything. Even with all the different colors and textures and everything, it all coordinates together so well, and the lighting. It's really beautiful.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, if I was a sitting area, I would be on this side. Let's just start throwing some things out to get a feel for it. Actually, I wanna kind of put that at an angle, but just for this waiting area, that's probably not the best option. They probably should be more straight on. Kind of waiting room. Gonna run out of space so fast. It's hard for me to do little builds. I kind of like to make a little like coffee bar here, or tea bar, because he's always asking for tea. See if we end up with room for that. Let's see, I wanted to look at this for the counter. I'm gonna need probably a shelf to go with it for the top. What's my favorite game on PC? Oi. It changes. You know what? What about this? That's kind of pre-built. It's a little bit tall. This would be the outside. It's kind of like a, if you stand at this side, like a check-in thing. I don't like that this one has the skull on it, though. My favorite PC game, honestly, I don't think I could pick just one. I mean, all the games that I cover, I love. I don't spend a lot of time covering games that I don't care for. So, Enshrouded, Valheim, Bellright. I have more hours in No Man's Sky than any other game. And I haven't played it in years. I don't even remember, 3,000 hours in that game or something like that. I was obsessed with it for years. It took over my life. We could put up some tapestries in there. I don't know if that would be in the lobby. Maybe. Maybe. Let's think about it. It's so big. If I could use that like a rug. If there was a tapestry that wasn't a picture, like, that was just floral, so there wasn't a clear right side up, that would be genius. Like, some pieces that don't have to be a certain direction to look like they're the right way, you know what I mean? Oh, the altars too. I'm obsessed with the altars. I I posted it in several different places. They're up for game of the year for the golden joysticks, and Alex Jordan, who does the voice of all of the altars in the game, is up for voice actor of the year. I am completely obsessed with that. Like, while I'm building an Enshrouded or doing other things,
Hey,
I listen to people playing the altars. I've played it through around 16 times. I'm obsessed with that game. I love it. I can't wait until they do a DLC, which they are working on. I don't know. I think that's wishful thinking, trying to fit that into this build. We'll see. I'll keep it in mind. Hey, Steel. Welcome in. Sadly, I am late. You have over 3,000 hours in Division 2? Expedition 33 is epic. I don't know either one of those games. What kind of games are they? What shows do you like? I listen to a lot of podcasts. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts lately from Diary of a CEO. So he covers all different kinds of topics, which are interesting. Health stuff and finance stuff and science stuff. I've been really into listening to stuff about aliens lately. I find that stuff fascinating, especially with all the hearings going on in Congress. Totally believe there are aliens. If there are aliens, they could just be native to our planet and hiding. Like living on the bottom of the ocean or something. You know, we've explored more of the moon than we have explored of our ocean. That's crazy to think about, right? I thought I had some shelves left. I might have moved them over to my house, though. This weekend I was actually spending some time working on my house instead of just leaving it all functional all the time. I watch Love is Blind. That's some of my, like, fluff that I watch. I think it's a fascinating social experiment to get to know somebody and agree to marry them without ever having seen them. Like, you're just getting to know their personality. I think it's a very interesting concept. And there are people that make it. I don't think it's the majority by any means. It's Obsidian Block that does that thing I was talking about that looks like legs. I'm going to try that one. Alright, I may have moved all those shelves over there to the other house. What? Where'd she go? I let her move over the weekend. I felt bad. I felt bad making Aunt Braylon stay here all the time when I wasn't even building over here this weekend. I got a building bug this weekend, so, but I didn't want to do the salon because this is kind of part of the whole village thing. Wait, I was going to turn that to 0. building over here again. I need you to stay still. But look, I'm gonna put you right by the bench. You can sit down. Thank you, GLX. Division 2 is a looter shooter, and Expedition 33 is just something I'm not sure how to describe. That's funny. Expedition 33 sounds like it's either like really old-timey frontier stuff or space stuff in the future with a war going on. Let me try the blue one. See how that looks. And then let me go ahead and make just a regular shelf too. In case we do the toilet. Did that say I was out of wood planks? It does.
Goodbye.
Let me go get some more started. I don't think I'm totally out. I think they're sitting in the saw. I just need to put them in a chest. Yeah. I don't need to make any more.
Hey.
That should last us for a beat. I don't like how things automatically go in these chests. Because, like, when you automatically put stuff in here, it lines it up left to right. So it'll put all of the same thing on the top row. But then it shows you what's in the chest by looking at the top row. So it would end up showing you all of only one thing. I don't like it. I'm really hoping with the water update that we're able to label chests. People have been asking for that for a long time. I don't remember if they said that's going to be in this particular update.
Oh.
Welcome.
Hey, Triune, welcome in. I gotta get ready for a meeting, but I seen you on. Figured I'd stop by and say howdy. Hope you have a great stream today. Thank you. Howdy. We'll say it's a cowboy hat at the moment. Just the tips. What? Okay. Let's look at the front counter first. Move this out of my hot bar. Look at these. See, if I use this, it would be convenient for one thing, because that's a big bunch of the furniture done. It's a bit too high. I need to sink it down some, I think.
Hi.
Still, I know me. I lost for words. Expedition 33 has made me laugh 1 minute and break down crying the next. It is very story rich with a French flair. Ooh, I hope I remember the name of that. I'm gonna look into it. I've been liking RPG type stuff more lately, especially since I got obsessed with the altars. Hey, Chisel Chip friend. Hello, hello. Maybe a week until the update? It might be delayed. What have you heard? I popped into their Discord this morning for, well, I go in every morning, but I didn't spend a whole lot of time in there this morning, honestly. I got distracted.
Hello.
Oh, you've heard great things about Expedition 33. It's too long, but I could make it work. For a little signing counter coming out. I might still be able to use this. I could still integrate this down and make the front of it look more fancified for him because he likes fancy things. Actually, instead of lowering this entire thing, sinking it down, I could just lower the shelf that you get to sign on. Okay, would you start closing doors? Like that's gonna happen, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna move this closer to the wall because it does stick out an edge. I'll save a little walking space on the side. And go ahead and pick up this construction torch. Get it out of the way. Stop going in the hot wire. Thank you.
Hello.
Tad lower so you can see a bit of the design above the shelf. I don't know. Is that sticking out in front of the door too much? Yep. I could integrate it back into this a little bit. There's not really any extra room back here to scoot that back. Yeah, it's in the way of the door. Come on, let me pick you up. Thank you. Can you not stand right there right now? I know you feel like you need to watch me, but thank you. Appreciate it. What? Is that interesting? Wow. I hope they give them more, like, actions and things, too. Stuff they can say and everything. That would be fun. Wait, what? I missed something. Hold on. What'd y'all say? Maybe a week. Be saddened if it's delayed, but I would rather take time and get it right. Yeah, me too. Hi, Blue Starseed. I have Enshrouded in my wish list right now and playing Soul Mask, and I need ideas for my tribal village. The lack of building pieces is a thing here with Enshrouded. Well, Enshrouded looks promising. Enshrouded has, I would say, probably one of the best, if not the best, building system of any survival game. I mean, okay. Couple caveats. Valheim's building system is excellent, and I enjoy it greatly. But you have a lot more freedom in Enshrouded, and a lot more diversity. Like, massive. And whereas Iron Gate, you're like, oh, can we have this? Can we have that? And it's like pulling teeth for them to give us these things that we want. King Games is just like, oh, you want that? Here you go. You want this? Here you go. Like, they literally have a post on Reddit right now saying, what is in game that you want? Give us pictures of it and the location so that we can get the files ready to put it in the game. It's nuts how much stuff they give us constantly. Even stuff that we thought they would never be able to do, like flowing water, like in Minecraft. That's going to be the next big update. It's nuts. Now, I also have to say, like I mentioned, I have over 3,000 hours in No Man's Sky. And a large part of that was being a glitch builder. And they have added so much more to the building stuff in No Man's Sky, even than when I was doing it. So I can't honestly compare Enshrouded's building with the current No Man's Sky building.
Hi.
Because it had gotten to be pretty amazing, even without glitch building. But it's always better with glitch building. More unique. Yeah, they've put a lot of functionality into that building, but that's an extremely different feel, obviously, than Enshrouded or Valheim. Oh my god, you just, like, literally scared me. You're a bit of a stalker, I gotta say. A little bit. Okay, now I can't build there. You think that you're checking my work, but you're slowing me down, dude. Go it. Don't open that door, Ramon. Don't you do it. God bless it! I said don't do it! I will take that door right out of here. Don't think I won't. Chisel Chip. Haven't heard anything, but if we don't hear anything in the next couple days, then I'm guessing it'll be delayed since we usually hear a week out. Hope they take their time though. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that we would have heard something by now. But it is such a massive update. And that's just the stuff that we know of. You know there's going to be more stuff that we don't know of. I'm probably going to have to do this backwards the other way, aren't I? Because, oh no, it's going to go that way. That's right. Okay, so if I scoop this in... That's 2 clicks. Can I do 3? 3 might be too far. 2 looks good as far as, like, where the arches on the bottom are hitting. I don't know if that's enough space. Those woods integrate together so well. Look at how these pieces just mold together like it was made that way. So beautiful how they do the phasing in this game. Okay, it does poke through. Honestly, if it poked through a little bit, it would be fine because it would be like a little mini shelf back here, like to put a pen holder and stuff like that on. So I'm not going to be mad if it needs to go through a little bit. Be like a little work shelf. Okay, can they walk through with it right there? I think I'm going to make it go back one either way. I think it would look better. I was trying to avoid going through, but now I think it's a good idea. Isn't Valheim the best building system? Valheim is a really good building system. It's definitely top tier. You can be extremely creative with Valheim. But if I'm being really honest, I would say Enshrouded's build system is better than Valheim. there's just so much. I mean, the way that they work, the mechanics of them are quite different because Enshrouded is a voxel based world. So you can do such creative, extreme things in Enshrouded, like the landscaping, right? Like in Valheim, if I am at the edge of this cliff, right? And I want to build into the side of the cliff. I can do it in certain ways, but I have to use a pickaxe to pickaxe out a bit at a time. I can try to make it a straight line. But I can't like live underground or make a cave or anything like that because if you chop the ground, then the ground over you disappears. It has to stay open because it's not a voxel based world the way that it works. Whereas in Enshrouded, you can build on the ground. You can completely redo the ground however you want with whatever kind of ground that you want, whatever kind of grass from whatever kind of biome. We're about to get water in the next update. We're going to have water you can carry in a bucket, water you can put in a tub, an eternal water source that you can sit down and create waterfalls. You can tunnel to the center of the earth and build a dwarven city there. You can make islands up in the sky and live in the clouds. You can do anything that you can imagine in Enshrouded. I mean, it's like Minecraft level because it's a voxel based world. Let me grab some daylight. And they just keep giving us more and keep giving us more. It's crazy the amount of stuff that we get with every update. Now, of course, they have a bigger team than Iron Gate does at Valheim. So I'm not faulting Valheim for like not getting there as fast as Enshrouded. But King Game seems to be much more keen on, get it? See what I did right there? Seems to be much more keen on just giving the player what they want to build with in the game. Like, they know that their game has become a primary builder's game. And they're just like, okay, here you go, here you go, here you go. They have building competition. I mean, anyway, so I could carry on and on, but I will stop. Still, you think Enshrouded is the best? Yeah. What about Arc building system? I have that on my wish list. I have never built an Arc, so maybe somebody else could speak to that. Yeah, I highly recommend it, Blue, especially if you're into building. Do you mind, Ilio? Thank you. Let's go a full 6 clicks. That gives us a little shelf on this side. And a little signing shelf on this side. Love how those are the same wood. And then this is far enough back from the door, right? That they should be able to walk through. Now you can come walk through. Where'd you go? I need you to walk through. Where'd you go? When you're trying to do something, they're underfoot. Well, that works really well, and that was much... Oh, look, there he goes. What do you think? Why did you... Oh, you sat down. Okay, so he definitely was able to walk in past that. That was not a problem. Some of my people have been walking through windows lately. Like, why? Why are you doing that? Okay, I like that. One of the things I wanted to request on Keen's Reddit post where they're asking what we want is paper. Like, instead of just using paper to make books, to be able to just lay down a piece of paper on something. I'd love that. Okay, so we'll add things to make it pretty, but, so the nail thing, I was going to put back here in this corner. So, I'm thinking sitting this direction. Like, he would sit back here and then have the table and then have the chair. We could let the bowl show to be the little bowl that you soak your cuticles in.
Hello.
Or I could put it to the side and attach granite to it, maybe? We don't have a black top little table, right? Or I could say, no, we're not going to do that. We're just going to do the table and fancify it up. What else did I get to try? This one and this one. Oh, I didn't use these either. I could still do those. I mean, it doesn't look ugly the way it is, but it would definitely look fancier. I'm gonna pick this chair up for a minute so I can step back and look. Don't 100% like the little knob sticking up on the top though, because that's going to show through even once I sink it down. I could flip it over and have the bottom be like what's holding up the writing shelf, and that would give it a lot more fanciness. Almost like it's bracing that shelf up. Let's look at that and see what we think of it. So let's flip this thing over. It almost immediately goes right to where I need it to be. Bring it out a tad so we can see it. Edge it out. Is that gonna have a gap? Let's find out. Look how pretty. It does have a gap. I don't want a gap. Pick it up. Scoot it in some. Four clicks. Centered. No gap. It still has a gap. It's not as obvious, but definitely still there. So that was 4 clicks. Let's try again. Uh-oh. There. Is this still at 4 clicks in? It is. Let's go. 5, 6. There. Perfect. Look how pretty. I love how we can build custom furniture and it just integrates itself. Love it. That is one of the benefits of building in Valheim. They allow for quite a bit of feasibility as well. Enshrouded, especially since they added these new tools where you can rotate, tilt, and what do you think? You like it? It's beautiful. Renew, refresh, restart. You're right. Oh, I should have gotten a screenshot when he was standing there looking at my custom check-in desk saying that. It's like I upcycled my old furniture and made something new. Thank you. That's really pretty. Love it. Love it. Okay, let's get this out of our hot bar. The chair back. Probably end up putting a little table between these, like in a waiting room. If need be, I could scoot them down and edge it. Put a little coffee and tea bar here. But let's get the spacing right first. Okay, I was considering this for a tabletop. So with this block, I was considering it but it's the same floor, so it might do funky things. That doesn't have to be taking up a hotbar space. So with the obsidian, see how it does that? And if I go up one and take the bottom one out, it looks like it has legs. So it looks like a really fancy table that matches. But I need just the legs on the bottom and not the legs on the top, which is going to be impossible to do, I think. If I do it wide enough, doesn't really matter. I could have done the check-in area with that and it would have matched the whole build. It might have been too matchy-matchy though in front of the same wall. It would have just blended and not stood out. Not really had that contrast. What if I put a front? No, I'm gonna get legs again, and I don't want it to be that. Like, I can't keep the legs at the half and make that something you're sitting under. Do you play Pal World? It is a good game for builder. Is it a good game for builders? I love monster collecting games also, but building is my thing. Can you build a zoo in Enshrouded? You can build a zoo in Enshrouded. We have quite a few animals, and I'm sure we're going to be getting more. Especially with the new biome coming out. We're going to be getting fish that we can have at our bases as well. And sharks or whatever, I don't know. There's going to be something in the water that attacks us. I have played Power World a little bit. I play it with my kid, little man. We actually recorded some of our first sessions together because we're starting a channel together called Noob and Pro. Get it? Who's the noob? Who's the pro? Typically, he wants to play games where he's the pro. And I'm the noob. But I haven't actually posted any of the stuff that I've played with him yet on that channel. I need to do that. We've played Pal World and Elden Ring. Not entirely similar. Yeah. Both of them he's ahead of me in. So I'm always like, where'd you go? What did you do? How did you do that? It's fun though. I don't know. What do y'all think of that as a table? Let me go get a chair and put there. What kind of chair do I want? I think most of my chairs are over at the other base. The other side of my base. I was doing stuff over there this weekend when I had the building bug, and I didn't want to work on this not on stream. I can do a fancy chair. I don't think that's fancy enough, though. What a super fancy chair. Well, would he do that there? I don't know. Here, let's look at chairs.
Hi.
That is not what I meant to do. Come here.
Hello.
Thank you. The collector has the black chair also. That one might work. It's fancy. This one is too much. Literally a throne. That would give us some contrast and color in there. That's too much. Let's try these and these.
Bye.
Bye. Aunt Waddle. That sounds like Waddle. I don't know if I'm going to keep this as the table. But let's just set this over here and see what it looks like. Turn it out a little bit right now. There's a chance he could get back there and sit in it. I don't know if there'll be enough room for him to actually sit in it, but tuck this one under. If there was a way for me to knock those top notches off and just keep the bottom ones, I think it would be perfect. But sadly, they're just not. This probably could be scooted to the left a bit too, more against the wall. So there's more room to get to the stairs. I'm a little worried though what it's going to do if I make it touch the wall. Do I have another? Oh, there's another spot. Can go over one without touching the wall. Why does that bottom look different? See what I mean? Is it touching? It's because it's close enough that it's already acting differently. Oh no, it's because I left the bottom on. Not supposed to have the bottom. I mean, it makes more sense to have a bit more space and just make it longer. Is that enough room? It works. Feels a little tight.
Hi.
Let's do it with just two and see. Feels more spacious, but feels more cramped at the table. Although, let's be honest, they're not really going to be using that table. So it's really more about looks. What do y'all think? Is that table too little? Should I add one more out? Could integrate this on the end, like for soaking your fingers. That's weird because the thing's coming up in the middle on the top. I mean, I can sit things on them, but let's look at the other table idea. Let's see which one draws me in more. Well, actually, let's look at this one first. Fancify this. Let's go just out, go down, edge it. I don't like it. I don't like that. Do not block the access to the chairs. Yeah. I'm just doing this right here, right now to test the design. If I end up liking it better, then I'll get rid of that one entirely and do the new nail table design instead. I think this one showed promise. Let's do these first. If I had these here, and then make this the tabletop. Flip it over.
Hi.
Raise it up.
Huh?
Why can I not build here? Is somebody standing there? Would you mind? Thank you. You down one. Have a little lip. Want it to touch. I don't know if that's going to poke through in the middle. I like that for a tabletop. If I don't use it here, I'm going to use it somewhere else. I think that would make a good countertop too. And then cover the sides. How many did I go down on that? Let's go one down. Sticks out too much. Entirely too much. I'll have to mush those together. Or see about turning this one on its side. For the front. you up. Put you on this side. I need to bring this one down a notch, right? I think I did one notch down for that side. I have to even the sides out a little bit, the spacing, but I think that's an interesting looking table. You don't really get a spot that you can put your legs under it. Although I could probably create a little lip with something, but that is one of my rules when building your stairs. Yeah, totally. You know what? I wonder if I put a light under there, would it show? I could try and do either like a glowy block underneath it, or if I just put an actual light hidden under there. Would it make the whole thing glow? Be backlit? Hello! I can't get under there. Can't get under there. Oh no, because it would be inside the tub, wouldn't it? Although that tub doesn't reach all the way to the floor. Excuse me. Need more liquid. I don't think it's going to work the best for this purpose. I think that I'll save this idea for a table, like a side table or something in the future. Because I like that top. But I don't think this is the best purpose for it. I think that'll make a good countertop too. Or something. Whoa, you are like right there, dude. I think that's my favorite so far. Is that too close to the stairs if I extend it out like that? Instead of doing this, I could just sit a little bowl up there to be, which is what they do and is more realistic. Hello. We're not open for business over here yet, sorry. Under construction. See you later. She went out the window too. That's 2 blocks high. I don't know why they're doing that. I can sit here, which means that he can sit here. I think I'm going to leave it little and see how I feel about it as I go. And if it starts bothering me, I'll make it bigger again. I'm supposed to be trying to remember to keep things small. Move this one over. Waiting room table. Matches the front counter wood. Okay, then I want to do a little coffee tea bar table thing here. Could get the matching piece. Or do contrasting with the darker wood. Do I have any already made over here? Or I could just do a little bottom cupboard. Put stuff on the wall. No, I think I'd like the full cupboard. Do one of these fancy, I don't remember how big this is. Gonna need one bowl or the other. I think the copper is smaller for the finger soaking. This one would be perfect with the crystal, but that bowl is really big if I recall correctly. Let's see. Here. It's the darker wood style. I don't think I have any more of the lighter wood style made right now. I think I used them all. I just went with that chair and didn't even look at this one, but I think it matches that table style well. Let's get one of the lighter wood.
Hi.
To compare. It will match the other furniture in the room, just to make sure it's not too matchy-matchy.
Goodbye.
Let's grab some daylight. I think this plot is going to be one of the last ones I build because I have all my chests here. It's going to be a pain in the butt to move all those. Okay, let's look at the size of these bowls. That one's smaller. Let's put up and edge it. There. Ready to have your fingers soaked. Now let me look at the size of the crystal one. I think it's way bigger, right? Yeah, it's too big. Okay, we have this color wood and this color wood. I like the style of this dark one better for him, I think, but I kind of like the idea of having that matching wood in here. I don't think it's too much. I think it makes that color flow and coordinate throughout the length of the room. So I'm going to go with that one. Let's get it centered. Gonna leave room for that chair to scoot out. New people come in. So get down this way a tad. You like it? It's coming together. Okay. Happy with this for the layout of the furniture in the room. That cupboard looks boring sitting there, but I'm thinking once it's got stuff and it's all decorated, it'll be better. Definitely gonna have to have some of his favorite tea there. Okay, let's go start picking up some stuff to add detailing. We have to think about lighting in there. I'm thinking these. Is that going to be too much texture? Because the walls are very textured in there. This one's really big. I've been saving these to make a custom light. I don't know if that's the right place for it. Clear this out of my inventory. You would have the fancy silver cups, right? Oh, I was gonna show y'all. When we were working on the alchemist kitchen, I kept saying that I wanted more light under that countertop. During stream, and I found a way to do it. I like what I ended up doing.
Hi.
Hi! Excuse me. We're just gonna go through your place here real quick. Up here in her living quarters. I wanted more light under there because it was so dark on the countertop. So I ended up putting in can lights. So especially at night now, when you look at the kitchen, it has the under cabinet lighting, making everything glow back there and show off our backsplash. That tile shining, it's so pretty. I made those by taking the simple candle on a clay pot and I flipped them upside down and moved them up to the bottom of the top cabinet, and then I got the silver mugs and I did the same thing and I placed it over the top of the candle so that the silver round can part of the cup is encircling the candle, so it just looks like a can light that's been placed under that shelf, and it just gives it such a pop. Love that. And it shows off my custom faucet that I went through the trouble of making. I think it's pretty. I like coming in here at night and looking up at the stars. It's pretty. I'm not like stalking her while she's asleep or anything. Are you following me? I'm still working on it. Calm down, boy.
Hello.
Okay, so we got some teacups. Maybe a couple of these. I think he would have maybe the crystal pitcher or the silver. I think the crystal will pop in there more. Actually, I'm gonna do the crystal cups also. I don't have a crystal pitcher made. Let's get some little jars to put on the nail place. And gonna need some things to put items on. Spice tea. That's the one that he asked for, right? Where did I put them all? I had a ton of them made. Let's get y'all out of here and put you with the other lights. Oh, I do have a crystal pitcher made. Just sort of some random little things in here as possibilities. That is not lights. Actually, I'm going to take these with me because I might use those in his space. start with these. Which one is taller? We could have put that away. I want to make this look like it's sitting on top of this thing that's sticking up. Even though technically you can't put it there. But we're going to. So I'll use my cue. Set that there. A little one here, lift it up and edge it. We should have multiples of these, maybe like they're different colors all lined up there. I'm gonna do it yet, so make sure they're at the same height. Let me get a couple more. Where was it? Here. No. I could do different color potion bottles. Like different colors of nail polish. Whoa, that was the wrong key. Every now and then I think Q and hit control. Do a little turn so they don't look exactly the same. I may end up getting some potion bottles and putting there to add some variety of color. I never did find my item stands. I know I have a ton of them somewhere. There they are.
Hello.
This is too big to be sitting on top. I think it would be down here. Then we'll have some tea. Let's see if we can sink that down. Put some of this favorite tea here. Was it the Glimmer Gentian tea that he asked for? think it might have been. Too much there. I should have filled in the back ones first. So I can get to them. Oh, it's acting. There it goes. Oh, almost. It's even more persnickety than the shelves. You know what? I'm just gonna pick it up. Fill them up first. Did I turn these different directions? I don't know that I did. But these are for display in his shop, so he very well likely would have them all turned exactly the same way. Sure, I'm not phasing into the wall too much. That's good. Now we'll do this. Lift it up and edge it. Let's turn it this way so the handle doesn't get knocked off. Good. Balance that aqua out a tad with some of these cups on the top. Oh, let me stand on that part of the chair. Interesting. I think I need a fourth one of those sitting on the table by the chairs. Hey, Kongville. How are you doing, buddy? Busy day at work? Or even better, let's get that cup. And I want to pick up the table, I want the cup. Let's put that cup all the way over here and bring that color all the way over here. Well, you won't see it from that side. If I put it on the corner here, you'll see it from out here. So that'll bring that color through. So it doesn't look like it's just that one spot. Cool. It's a good start. Good, just wish you could be not at work. Busy day as typical. Hey, better busy than bored, right? That's what I hear. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of these construction torches. It'll let me get to it. To pick it up. See what this light looks like in here. Has such a nice soft glow. I don't know though, there's so many busy patterns in here already. I kind of feel like I might need to go with the just solid instead of the patterned. I guess if you like your job, there's that. I don't have any more of the other ones over here.
Hey.
Nope, I have her too close to the bench now. She never sits down and I end up sitting down. This one. The steel. Because it still looks kind of fancy, but it's not another whole pattern in here where we already have so many of them. Nope, get out of there. Give me the light. I'm gonna put the top of the bowl at the same height as that trim. It's such a big flame. I don't know how I feel about that. Is that flame too big? It's one of the things I like about that other one is that it's enclosed in glass. Could I turn it? What just happened? Did I undo something? What was that? I don't know what that was. Oh, it was just jumping on the table. Excuse you. Could move the light and make it kind of a custom bulb, but that flame is so big it might come through that entire block. Greetings. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about this a bit. Maybe come up with a custom light design because I'm not entirely sure about that giant flame in here. I think he approves of what we've done so far. I love the custom check-in desk. I think the nail table turned out pretty good. Need to add a lot more detailing in. But we're making good progress. Getting there. I think I'm going to have to end it there for today because my throat feels like it's going to go out. But thanks for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. As I continue growing my little custom village. And I will be streaming again tomorrow. Tomorrow's my regular day to stream on Wednesdays. Other days are just bonuses because it works out that way. But thanks for keeping me company and for sharing your ideas with me today. I appreciate it. Until next time, happy gaming.